welcome. No, I'm serious. You look.
All right, way to make it weird.
It did get a little weird in here.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
We're live.
My bad.
Live.
Well, welcome back.
Garth, you look terrible. I don't
That's
want-
allowed.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Wizon Break, Descent into Darkness, a 5th edition homebrew Dungeons and Dragons campaign, chock full of painfully obvious pop culture references. I am the Dungeon Master, Dan, and I am joined by 5 amazing D&D players and the real-life horny bard, Garth Avery. Before we get started, as always, tonight's session is brought to you by Primordial Secrets. And at this point, are we done? Like, how many copies did we sell? How many copies sold? How many copies did we buy, since we're your only 5 friends? How many copies sold after the Kickstarter? So, like, what are the final numbers?
That's a good question.
Stop looking.
Oh, I don't have the upper. It's over 700, but I don't have the. It's just. I think it's just over
700 copies. Award-winning Primordial Secrets. That is super, super cool. I cannot. My T-shirt has not arrived yet, by the way.
It was ordered today. So
FYI, I think I screwed up and I didn't put my address in.
I noticed that. Yeah. Yeah, put it in like right now, because I haven't. I'm like halfway through.
I don't
Put
even
it in
know
right
how
now,
to,
just-
dude. I couldn't find access to it.
If you're an
I'll
external
send-
processor,
Listen, I'll text you it.
All right.
yeah. Well, go online and do it. But if you're an external processor, don't like mumble your address while you're entering it, because we're live. We're live on Twitch.
Oh, that's
Mumble.
Well, like, what are they gonna do if they know where Rob lives? Like, what's the worst that can
I don't
happen?
know, man.
Yeah.
You know what? Who knows?
Delaware.
Yeah,
He's got an
Delaware.
obsessed man.
Nobody's going to
Man.
Delaware to do anything.
Dude, there it is. I'm in Delaware.
That's true. No one's going to Delaware to do anything.
Home of tax-free shopping. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Right. I wish we had more sponsors, but we do not. If anybody would like to sponsor the show,
Okay,
I'm going to
we're
start
open- we're open to
sponsoring the
sponsor.
show with 1 penny every week, just because.
well, great. I really appreciate
I feel
that.
like 1 penny will buy you like 5 full minutes of airtime. So
quick recap. Well, you know what? Somebody other than Primordial Secrets could sponsor the inappropriate moments that happen during the episode.
like dude wipes.
That is true. That is
If
true.
we really wanted. So anybody who's out there watching, which is nobody,
Dude wipes.
if you want to hear your
Everybody.
name, send us $5 and I'll say your name
universe is
every.
our-
Jordan will
is
say
our
your name
playground.
every time something inappropriate happens.
there's a couple dozen people watching this. I don't know.
Fuck you, buy dude wipes.
Okay.
All right. Recap from last week's session. So our party reached Goshai. They finished exploring Goshai. They settled in at the Ebon Hand Axe, a small and covertly nautically themed tavern in the city of Goshai on the east side. They met the barkeep, English, and his gnome helper, who gave a bunch of history about the city of Goshai. Also, we met the Pipe Sprocket sisters, who run the junkyard, and invited the party to participate in the upcoming Pipe Sprocket Grand Prix, a magical kart race. And finally, after many weeks of waiting, the party finally came face to face with the goat of Goshai, who was an interesting personality, whose accent is gonna be different this week than it was last week.
All right.
Are you sure?
I'm like
No, it's gonna be
99%
different,
sure.
or
I'm
are you
gonna
just
try.
acting like it's gonna be different?
And so that's okay. But yes, so when we last left our adventurers, they had just heard the not scripted at all origin story of the goat of Goshai and how he overtook the elders of Goshai, as he offered to be the party's patron and support them in the Pipe Sprocket Grand Prix if they could go on a simple quest for him to Iceheim to retrieve a person who had done him wrong, known only as the butcher. Anything that I missed?
The baker and the candlestick maker.
Anything that I missed?
You guys see where this is
Wasn't
going,
he
right?
like a boxer? Wasn't the guy the butcher? Was he a
Oh yeah,
boxer?
the quest we have to go on.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He was like a boxer guy that like didn't
No.
serve the fight or something.
That's right. He is a boxer, and he was, yes, he had done the goat wrong. Okay, we are in the goat's office. Everyone is seated. And I think the last thing he said was, that he sent a message to the world, don't fuck with the goat. And then we ended last week's session. So we're still in the office. Take it away.
Mr. Goat, I just want to, get all the
Please. You may call me Morden.
Morden. I just want to, dot all of my I's and cross the lowercase t's there. So I just want to make sure, we do this job for you appropriately and correctly. Is there anything we need to know about the butcher? I mean, his name is, hopefully he is an actual butcher and not that he actually cuts people up.
No, I tell you, he's a boxer, not a butcher.
Okay, they just named him. Okay. And does he have any weaknesses like women or drugs or, does he anything,
Interestingly
Keep his
enough,
left hand
yes.
upright.
He does have a problem with drugs, but you leave that to me when you bring him to me. I need him alive.
So do you know specifically what type of drug? Because I'm trying to do a little bit of like a bait and snatch here, kind of like leading him around like little, like some Reese's Pieces on the ground. He goes, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Something.
Yeah. No,
He just likes all
are
drugs.
you really adventurer?
Oh, so not only are we real adventurers, but we're such adventurers that we like to make sure that we are completely prepared for all aspects, because like that is literally our motto is be prepared.
We're like
Some sort of scouts.
You could say that. Maybe Eagle
some
Scouts.
sort of-
I've heard.
Interesting.
Gorgo pokes Ezekiel and asks him to ask if the boxer is right or left-handed because he knows he's going to fight him.
It's a very good question. Is he southpaw or does he have a normal fighting stance?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Let's go find out then, guys. Bye, Goat.
I say,
Hey.
Mr. Goat.
And then, sorry, are you guys leaving?
No.
I'm gonna say, can you help us get to this location faster by walking?
Yes. I will send with you Skopen and Darod. They will drive carts for you. You will make it to Iceheim in one day.
That's exactly what I was hoping for. Excellent. I kind of like look around the room at my comrades to see if there's anything else. Anybody had any questions, comments? Is everyone good to go?
Except before the goat. I get down on a knee.
I'm so sharp. I just shake my head.
Goat, sir. What do you need?
Well, first, please stand up. You're embarrassing me. I am not that kind of goat.
Oh, that's all fine. That's all fine. I show difference to
no, listen. What I need from you today is you go and retrieve Butcher for me. Bring him to me.
Can you set your alarm?
Pardon me?
No, you're good.
Oh, bring him to me, and you will have successfully completed quest, and I will get you voucher for kart race, and also I will see what I can do about the library card.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of like look at Torment and I go like, I kind of like look at him and I look at the door and I look at him and I look at the door and I'm like, all right, we should probably go.
And then before you leave, you see you notice Dismas notices the goat kind of staring at him a little bit, kind of like a little bit cockeyed, like staring at Dismas.
I stare back
and
with my
he
hardest glare.
And he says,
Excuse me.
That's you. He says,
Thank you.
You are mutant, yes?
Damn it, I'm not very scary at all. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I just grunt. I don't.
And he says that mark on your neck.
I step in between and I say, I would really like to learn more about you and the culture around this area.
No.
Oh, excellent. I would love to tell you that. But first, and he kind of like cranes his head around and he goes, that mark on your neck, I have seen it once before. There is man in Iceheim who I believe to be your comrade. They call him Gut Ripper. Do you know a man of this name?
Doesn't ring any bells.
So we used to call my ex-wife's cooking, but I'm changing.
Hey.
Hey. All the minotaurs in the room, they laugh. And he says, well, he may have had different name before you know him, but he may be an ally to you while you are in Iceheim.
Or an enemy. Thanks for the heads up. Where can we find this Gut Ripper?
He live in I believe southwest part of Iceheim. Just ask for Gut Ripper. They will tell you exactly where to find him.
Taco Bell.
Okay. I'll be sure to not ask too loudly, but thank you.
Yes. And now you, I don't know your names, but you Red Man. What is it that you want to know about the history of Goshai?
You know, what we could do is you and Torment, Mr. Goat, you guys can hang out here and hash it out. I'm sure Torment could regale all of our tales, and he's a really interesting.
I look forward to every opportunity.
He's a really interesting individual to get to know. I really feel like it would behoove you,
You'll be enamored by my conversation.
Oh, I see what you did there. Behoove you, because my feet are actually hooves.
Yeah,
I see what you did there. You son of a bitch. You know what? I don't know what it is about this guy. I like him very much. I like you. If I have to kill all of you, I kill you first.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch your friends die. Like you are. I like you a lot.
As long as I am the quickest death, yes.
Yes, quick and painless death for you,
yes,
if it comes to that. But hopefully it doesn't. I don't want to come to that. If it does,
I feel a little insecure.
No, if it does,
my end is tightened up a little bit.
I like it.
All right, so yeah,
and he looks over at Thover and he goes, "Hey, by the way, if you do encounter the Gut Ripper, he's not always so nice to the dwarf. So that is what I know. And you mutant, you probably understand it's a cultural thing."
Oh, I don't see race.
How's that not in the back of your head?
That seems racist.
Well, you know what? Elves are just like that. I don't know what to tell you.
They certainly are.
Hey, listen, I'm a fucking goat, okay? If anybody understands people being intolerant of other cultures, it is me, okay? I lived many years in the
keep forgetting you're a goat.
Yes, I am a goat, and my mother. So I'm actually a goat man. My mother was a literal goat, like an actual goat, and my childhood was rough for me in the Feywood.
Well, you both, have some terrible upbringings you guys can talk about. We're gonna hit the road.
And he points to Torment and he says, also both of us, and he does this. Always horny, right? Am I right? We're always right.
I approach him with a.
Okay, I'm just kidding. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Get the fuck out, everybody. Get out of my office for real. I don't want to. Like we're friendly, but we're not friends. Get out.
Yeah, get the fuck out. And
Get the fuck
I
out.
motion
Stick my
to
horn up his
Torment,
ass.
and I
Fuck
say,
you.
let's ride. I say, Torment, you can sit in front with the guys. You get shotgun, Torment.
No, so as you walk out of the Goshai Center for Unity, kind of parked in front, there's a really big, like a big cart wagon, like a covered wagon, like that. Like, have you ever seen like Peaky Blinders, like the caravan where you can, like live inside? It's like huge inside.
Yeah,
like
the gypsy ones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and then you see Scopen and Derod are like in front, like in the front of the cart, like driving it, like in the driver's seats. And you know, Scopen looks at you and says, "Come on, get in the back."
I hop right in and find the most comfortable looking space to sit.
Yeah. So as you get in, like, this is not like lap of luxury, but like there's pillows back there. It's a very like comfortable, like covered wagon.
I yell, I need an adult. I need an adult.
I also get skittish because I'm a cat in a car, and I cling onto the seat.
Yes, and I love how committed Gorgo is to feeling like a cat. Just as a reminder that wearing the cat necklace does not make you an actual cat. Which I love. I love how committed Gorgo is to
It's a
being
lifestyle.
cat-like.
Yeah.
It's his dream come true. It's literally his dream come true to be this cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
I
a
like
fake
it.
mom.
I like where it's going.
Are these two minotaurs the one from the tower?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, there. So with your skills of perception, Dismas, you have come to realize, and also hearing the goat's story of how these two minotaurs were in his adventuring party known as Team Dream. You come to realize that these two minotaurs are like the goat's like top two lieutenants.
Okay, I still haven't.
They
seen
also
this.
seem a little bit older than some of the other minotaurs that you've met,
Okay.
but strong as fuck. Each one of them is probably like 9 feet tall and like twice as big around as Gorgo. Like they're huge.
Do they have hooves or fingers?
Well, so their hands have fingers, and then they're at the bottom of their legs. They're wearing boots, and you perceive that to mean that they have like human-esque feet.
Okay. 'Cause I don't want any hooves driving this car. You
Yeah.
know?
So I will
Oh, so
whisper.
but it's a horse. Sorry. I just want to tell you, it is a horse-drawn carriage. It's not a car.
Is it a horse person or is it a horse?
No, just regular horses.
You took the question right out of I was going
You
to
know, I have come to realize that this is kind of feels like a furry campaign. If any one of you is like really into that, you're loving this.
I have been.
That's why I thought that's why we're doing this campaign.
Says the person who's currently a cat, he loves it.
Yeah, so you guys are doing great. All right, is everybody getting in the car?
I've been making
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been making
Yeah.
concept art for the last 16 months. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Yes. I want to whisper
Okay.
to Ezekiel though that these two are the ones from the tower, and I want to know what happened there.
Yeah. So I kind of like get what Dismas is putting down. And so, you know, I'm gonna wait till we're all kind of like in the car and like it's moving before I kind of like start
Yeah,
chatting.
we're
chatting
understanding
about
that I am always trying to find out knowledge about whatever. Like literally, I am asking every question and opportunity that I can have.
Great.
Yes.
So, well,
Have
right
your
now, so it's the 6 of
existential-
you are in the back of this cart, and you know, it's just you guys just sitting around for about 4 or 5 hours. Let's go to the overworld map.
Ow.
So
So
you leave,
yeah.
and it's like it's around midday when you leave Go Shy. Sorry, overworld map coming up, and here is the overworld map.
Dismiss. I don't understand what you said.
The goat presumably shoved someone off of the mage tower when we first arrived in the city, and these two driving the cart were there and probably know why. I would like to know who this person is from their perspective, and if we could use that to our advantage when we eventually, inevitably, turn on the goat and slit his throat.
Yes.
That's all.
Oh, intercepted.
So I kind of like, trying to be as, notice like, I want to basically like say this in a good timing, not just kind of like making it sound awkward. So,
So what do you do? Are you like reaching your head like out of the front, out to the front of the cart?
So I kind of like the way I'm sitting is like I would be the closest to where like the front of the cart would be, but my back would be kind of to it. And I'm just talking like really loud. So like I know that they can hear me up front. That's my goal is for them to hear me, but like not stick my head up and just be like, hey,
Nice.
let me ask, you know what I'm saying? Like basically like I'm having a conversation with my friends, but loud enough so they can hear it in the front.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so after about 4 or 5 hours of driving through, sort of the plains, all of a sudden it starts to get real cold, and you can look out, Ezekiel, and you can see that it's sort of like a snowy terrain now.
Hmm.
Can you guys see
Yeah.
yourselves on the map?
Yeah, it's white. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And I say like really loudly, I'm like, man, it's really cold up here. Last time it was this cold, I believe I was in the cabin massaging this woman's feet, believe it or not. And I say that like really loud, really loud. And I go on to say about, how this woman really wasn't like my wife, and that like I was really just kind of like hired to like look after her and like to, basically like, make sure nothing bad happened to her, show her a good time, and I basically start explaining how like just because I'm rubbing her feet doesn't mean it's actually sexual in nature. There's many levels to a foot massage, many different nuances. And so I'm
Right. And
explaining this.
as you're saying this, does anybody else respond to this?
You don't touch another man's foot, another man's wife's foot, man.
Good. That's what I'm trying.
All of a sudden, the cart abruptly stops, and as the cart stops, you kind of can peek out of the cover, and you realize it's like nighttime, and the two minotaurs have kind of like hopped down from their like driving seat, and they go, the one comes over and says, "Yeah, this is the spot."
Excellent. And I say, just we were having a discussion back here. I just wanted to, get your guys' input on something. Do you think it's okay, if another man or animal rubbed another man or female's foot, doesn't necessarily have to be female or, whatever, whatever floats your boat. If it was, is there a non-sexual foot massage, just a completely like, heterogeneous, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but the word that means that it's not sexual.
Platonic.
Platonic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the one with the green hair, he kind of pipes up and he's like, yeah, yeah. And then that's all he says. So
Okay.
really, it's hard to understand him. And then the other one goes, "Yeah, I agree. That's a weird question, man. Can any of you make a fire?"
I look at Torment and I go, fire,
Hardball.
fire.
I-
We can
I'd recommend taking cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the two minotaurs, they pull like these huge like tree trunks almost like out of like a little side compartment at like the base of the wagon, like these huge things that like a normal like even an adventurer would have like a hard time. They're like almost like telephone poles and just kind of like and like they take the canopy off the wagon and they've essentially built like a little like very nice like almost like cabin tent like on the side of the road. And then they start hauling like these big giant rocks to like make like a circle, and they go like, and then the one goes like, "Yeah, you should make a campfire here." And kind of like sits down and he takes like an axe off of his back and he starts like sharpening the blade while like waiting for you guys to build a fire.
Okay, time out. I want to watch him intently do all of these manual labor and weapon things, and brush my little purse of battle mastery while I stare at them intently, trying to determine their battle readiness / strength / hit points / AC /
Yeah. So okay, no, so that's good. So you do that, and so I believe how this because you're doing know your enemy, right?
I also start the fires.
Okay, good. So torment starts a campfire. That's great. So know your enemy. So what you know is that their hit points is considerably more than yours. Their strength is considerably more than yours. And no, really, this is how know your enemy works.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm trying to be as like honest with you as possible. Are you supposed to roll for this?
I think so. Insight,
All right,
I would
well,
imagine.
Yeah, make an insight check, but then you add your like dexterity modifier to it because it's like a battle master maneuver. So actually, if you go into the item, you should be able to just click know your enemy.
Yeah. Well, I add a battle master dice, which I think is probably a D8 at this level.
Yeah, it's half your proficiency bonus times, or it's your proficiency bonus times 2.
Okay, proficiency bonus is going to be 3.
So yeah, 15 plus.
That ends up over 20, like 21.
Okay, great. So with a 21, yeah, I mean, you get a real read on these guys. Like you can tell that they are like super, super strong. You can tell that they've got a shitload of hit points. They have, I mean, they're still made of meat and blood, but they have a shitload of hit points, and they, so AC as a statistic is kind of an amalgam of like 3 things, right? Like how hard is it to hit someone, but also like how resistant are they to like being hurt by your blows?
Mm-hmm.
They're not hard to hit, but you can just tell that like they are truly like the spawn of, with a 21, they're truly the spawn of like Goliaths, which are like descendants of stone giants, and minotaurs. So like they would take a lot to fuck up.
They're not hard to hit, but they can take a hit.
Right. So that translates to having a high AC.
Okay. Don't attack it.
Are there any small rodents running around the campfire site?
No, it's so there's no small rodents anywhere. I mean, you are in like frozen tundra type like wasteland. Like there's snow on the ground. I probably should have described the scene a little bit better. As the cart stops and you find like a little clearing in the trees, like like you're in like, you're not really in, the trees are pretty sparse in this area. It's more of just like a tundra type, like just ice for miles. And as you walk up, you can see this thick black smoke that almost blots out the moon and stars, and that kind of lends itself to this weird magical place where like it's just winter all the time. And you can tell walking on the ground that this is not just like snow and ice, this is like permafrost. Like you have, like, this hasn't melted in 50 years.
All right. Gorgo during this time has been taking these frozen trees and snapping them and breaking them and putting them into the fire. Great.
You're doing that. So everybody's sitting around the campfire, and I don't know.
I start telling
Open leans forward and says, "So hey, can any of you cook?"
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing you should say about that is we can cook. What would you like? I mean, not that it really matters, but we could whip you up something.
Yeah, and so Scopin kind of like reached into his bag, and he's got like a bunch of different like rations and like spices. He's just got like a bag of like stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, go ahead."
I had a question. What's the best ability to make food?
The chef.
Yeah. Shane took a feat.
Yeah, the chef feat is the best way.
All right.
So let's engage him.
Let's do that.
Mhm.
What did he give me? What did he give me?
He gave you some spices and some like old like rations and maybe like a
Alright.
couple of like legs of meat.
Okay.
Iron Chef, go. No,
So-
what happened?
So as Shane starts making this, I start finishing my story, and I go on to start saying about how after this, platonic non-sexual foot massage kind of ended, the next thing I knew, I was being kind of like held out of an extremely high tower by my ankles, and
He
I'm
was
sitting
there.
there,
He was actually covered with cum.
and I'm
They
like
had to wipe him off and
screaming.
clean him up, and then this happened.
And I'm like, I was terrified for my life, and the only way that I got out of this without them dropping me was that I just, dug deep and I sang them the world's most beautiful and greatest song ever. And they were so moved that they had to put me down because they couldn't kill one of the greatest storytellers, and musicians this world has ever seen.
Is that a non-alcoholic rosé?
Mhm. Brought to you by Dude Wipes and Primordial Secret.
So okay, so
No,
as
we
you tell
actually
that
did it
story,
before you logged in, we actually went over his drinking preferences.
yeah. So as you finish that story, like Scopen is like looking at you and like trying to follow your story, and like nodding, but you can tell like there's not a lot there. And then Darod is just like, like yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
You know what
then,
I'm
and then,
saying?
I'm like laughing with him, and I go, and I'm like, yeah. And the funniest thing is, the first day we were in town, next thing we know, we saw this giant guy just dropping and falling from his tower, and he's just laying there on the ground, just kind of going, and just asking anybody for help. And I was just really thought it was I'm like looking at this thing, this giant person on the ground that just fell from this tower, thinking, wow, that could have been me. Could have been
Yeah.
me.
So at that point, Darod, who is like eating this up, kind of like leans forward, leans back, and like smacks his friend in the chest, like friendly, like. But everybody around, like, it hits with this like whap, like this thud that like makes your ears ring. But like they're friends, like they don't care. And he's just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Scopin goes, yeah, no, man. That's fucked up.
Yeah, and he said that.
You talking about Jibby.
Yeah. Oh, you guys know Jibby? You guys know Jibby?
Gibbous?
Yeah, Jibby.
What happened? I feel like you guys would know more than we, being, kind of connected to the goat, kind of, you hear some things, you see some things. I mean, we're all friends here, just between you and, just between you and I, just so I or none of my friends make that same mistake. I want to roll like a persuasion here. So like you pretty much have to like do what I say. Cause like that thing, can I do that?
Go ahead and make a persuasion.
Not a very good one.
That's all right, but you still get you that rounds up to a 10 because you're eloquence barred. So that's still a 23. So with a 23 persuasion, I mean they're pretty loose lipped, but they're also not going to do anything that's going to bring harm to them. Right? Like it's not like persuasion is not mind control. So, Darod says something and then Scopin goes, yeah, I heard that shit too. Who knows if it's true?
Yeah, I know. So, and then I cast suggestion to make them basically tell me what I want to know.
Yeah, why don't you read the text of suggestion before you start wasting spell slots trying to mind control people?
Meanwhile,
Boy.
I'm behind everybody, kind of chopping and sweating nervously into a bowl.
Okay, sources.
Burrow's staring with his eyes, his pupils wide.
Studying the conversation to find a way to shut it up.
And then Scobin turns around while Ezekiel is like kind of like fumbling through his spell book. Scobin
Yeah.
turns around to
I'm
Thover
pretty sure.
and he goes, "How's it going back there, man?"
Oh, it's going good. It's just great. It's good. It's good. It's good. Why don't you just don't push me, man. All right, I'll just give you a minute.
Oh, hey. Don't
I
be
never had to do
nervous.
this for somebody before.
Don't be nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about. We eat anything. Darrod here. I mean, he'll eat literal shit. And
Yo,
then
so
Darrod's like, yeah.
But it looks even funnier because my
Yeah.
little
Alright.
dwarf arms are.
I'm 100% going to cast a spell.
Okay.
And I'm casting it on the one that, like, definitely perceives to know a lot more than the other one.
Which one is that?
The one that's in the, the one who's like, I guess the one that's
Me
laughing
and
and
Justin
hitting
know
his
who it
friends.
is. Don't worry.
Yeah. So I'm definitely going to basically cast the spell on him.
Yeah, I think you're not understanding the thrall. Go ahead. I mean, you can cast it. So what do you say as part of your, I'll make the roll. What do you say?
I'm suggesting that these two would treat me as if they would the goat and give me any information they would get the goat.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie to
I'm
you.
gonna shut myself up.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I pass the save.
Okay. Well, it's fine. I'm sure we're taking a rest soon anyway.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys are sitting around a campfire just like shooting the shit with these two like Goliath minotaurs. Shane, I presume Shane's done cooking at this point. Shane, what did you prepare for everybody?
Yeah, I did as good as I could. I guess I'll turn around and I'll dole everybody out. Just as it's like a slop, but it bubbles just a little bit.
Ooh.
Completely stoic giving it out though, and I'm not gonna just try it for
All right,
yourself.
great. So you start
See how
handing it
is.
out, and the two minotaurs start digging right in, and then the Darod looks at Scope and he's like, you know what I'm saying? And then Scopin's like, yeah, I agree. This might be the best soup I've ever had. Thank you for making us this soup.
Oh, boo!
Oh, your Jiffy didn't work.
It didn't work.
Sad.
It was. Yeah, it is too bad.
I'll find something for
It
you.
was also made with the leftovers from last couple days ago's chef's meal. So
Oh, this is this ain't just rations. This is some gourmet shit right here.
I saved the snacks for the party for later.
Great. Well,
No, I wasn't talking to them. I didn't bring enough for the whole class.
Well.
Okay.
well, okay.
So
We're gonna turn in. Got an early morning. Who's gonna take the first watch with Darod?
I will.
All right. I'm going to bed. But hey, thank you again, little man, for the soup. That was some very good soup.
I'm gonna go curl up.
Scopin like goes into like the tent cabin.
Yeah, can I curl up with him in his tent?
I mean, you could try.
Going to.
So is it just me
So
and
do
this-
you do that? You curl up in his like cot.
I'm like I lay on the foot on his bed and I curl up
Oh,
like a
and he
cat.
goes. He looks at you and he goes, "Hey, man, there's plenty of room in here if you want to. If you want this one, I'll go in a different one."
I look up at him and I completely acknowledge him and I go back to sleep.
And he goes, "Whatever."
All
And
right.
he goes to sleep. Who's on first watch with Ezekiel and Darod?
I'll go.
Okay.
The
Now,
other.
now we know that Dismas doesn't need to
I
sleep.
am the other.
Yeah, I've tried to gather some bark, and I'm just huddled up in a corner, like away from camp.
Okay. Great.
So
I am waiting for the moment that I get into the library.
You get what?
I am waiting for the moment I get into the library.
He really wants that library card, man.
Well, you're in luck. All right, and with a 62, the first watch passes uneventfully.
I was going to ask this dude some questions. I was going to fuck with this guy.
Oh, go ahead. You can ask him some questions.
So I have a feat. It's called telepathic, which means I could literally just talk to this dude in his head and freak him the fuck out. He would have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
They are
So-
lower intelligence, aren't they?
I mean,
Yeah.
they don't sound extremely bright. I mean,
Right.
I'm actually kind of. I feel like Dan probably rolled a critical for that wisdom save because there's no fucking way that these two dumbasses have any type of fucking high-ass wisdom. So I think that was a fucking fluke, if anything. So
Fair,
that's
fair.
not scaring me. So
Okay, so you're
I-
going to use telepathic to do what?
So it's not even like a spell slot. I just get to use it.
Okay, so what are you
So-
doing? You're talking into this guy's head, and you're talking into Darod's head?
So like, we're having just like I'm gonna have a normal conversation with him. So we're just talking. I'm just like, my first is like, so how do you like working for the goat, man? He seems like a pretty, cool guy. So that's not in his head. That's just me talking to him normally.
And he goes, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so like in his head, I say like, because I wanted to like sound like his own thoughts. And he's like, man, this guy, he's a good guy. I could trust him. He's definitely somebody I could trust,
And
It's like
then and then you hear inside his head, you hear, hello, old chap. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
And I go, well, hello. My name is Elijah. And I am from the spirit world.
Is this a sending spell?
No, not a sending spell
You
at
see him like
all.
looking up in the air.
Yeah. I got not a sending spell. This is actually a message from God. And I've come here to talk to you about these great people that you have in front of you.
I'm trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah.
Yes.
I say
All right.
you may not
Make a deception check.
ask God, like Jesus. Notice this, Elijah. Deception check, deception. I have a good deception.
Okay. And you hear the voice in his head go, Bullocks. I don't believe in, I can't, oh, fuck. I don't know. Boy. Okay, whatever. You hear him say, like, I don't believe in God. That doesn't make any sense. There is no God. This is obviously some kind of trick. And then he looks at you and out loud he goes,
I go, is there something wrong with your head?
and he's like,
And I go, oh, okay. And so I go back to the voice in his head and I say, well, whether or not, you believe me, we're here. Really, I just need to know just a couple of little pieces of information. Just want to make sure that, my friends, everyone
then
here
so then you hear his thoughts. He's looking right at you, and his thoughts goes, is this you? Are you doing this?
So while he's like looking at me, I kind of just like I'm just like looking at him like right in the eye, but like very innocently, just very like.
And then he nods. And he's like, and you hear his voice go, okay, I like this.
Yeah. And I say, all I want to know is just like, yo, that guy, Jibby, like I can't get him in my head, and Just need to know what happened to him. Like, what? How did he fall from the tower? I thought there was no wizard in there. What happened?
And then he says, you hear his thoughts go, Morden threw him out of the tower.
But why? What could have caused it? What could cause more than that much anger?
You know what? He's got a short fuse, he does.
Now, was it the goat who told you to throw him off the tower?
Oh, I didn't throw him.
No, the goat told Morden to throw it off the tower.
No, Morden is the goat.
Right. So Morden threw him off the tower. Oh. For rubbing feet? Is that the only reason?
I don't know the reason.
All right, I guess I'll have to ask him. Well, you're a great guy. Just wanted you to know that. And no matter what happens, Jesus loves you.
Hey, thank you. You're great
yeah.
yourself.
This is a great chat. We should do this more often. And
I agree.
I kind of just, let the connection go away and kind of gaze into the fire.
Okay. And with that, your watch has ended.
Yeah.
And Scope
And this is
comes out
my
of the tent
second
along.
favorite voice of yours for NPCs to date.
was.
My first was the lily pad.
Yeah.
The lily pad, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I like the British guy. I wish I had more questions. We'll talk later.
Honestly, I
Again,
can't
Wallace
believe
looked like a goat.
that you didn't ask why he does not sound like that in real life. Like when he's talking out of
Well, that's his internal monologue. People's internal monologues sound different.
Mine's English too.
Yeah.
I'm about to say.
Yours is in English too.
I'm about to say, Jordan's real life internal monologue is an Australian guy. Like whatever.
Boy, kind
No,
of.
it sounds like Crocodile Hunter. Like when Jordan walks through life, he hears his background, like Crocodile Hunter describing his every move.
I wish, dude.
But you
I
also
fucking
had
wish. That'd be my life.
Who's the actor that does in the Christian Bale Batman's? He's Alfred.
Oh, Michael Caine.
Michael
Dude,
Caine.
you had a little Michael Caine
That
in there
was
too.
kind of Michael Caine.
That was pretty good.
That was.
Hey, listen, you know what? I've been really practicing. I've been really trying to come up with good voices.
I love Michael Caine.
Throw him. You said throw him. You were so good.
Okay. So now, Primordial Secrets. Okay. I have a weird boner. Anyway, so Primordial Secrets. Okay, so the watch switches. Dismas, are you still like dicking around the forest?
I'm just staring I'm just staring at a tree, meditating. That's all.
Okay.
No worries.
Great.
Is this a long rest also that we're all taking?
Yeah, this is a long rest.
Okay.
Cassian, are you gonna take a watch?
Yeah, I'll do the next watch.
And Gorgo, you too?
Don't worry, Cassian. You and the other guy have a lot to talk
I'll
about.
do a
You guys
watch.
are barrel of talks.
Yeah, me and Cassie.
Cassian's already set up with like a branch, just picking his nails. No interest of talking to anyone.
All right.
And then so Scoping goes, so how long have y'all been an adventuring party for?
Talking to me.
Yeah, it's me and you.
Oh.
Yeah.
The only person who can talk. Meow, meow.
Oh, right. You can only say Gorgo Smash, right?
Gorgo, meow.
Okay. So he asks Cassian how long. Cassian is like picking his nails and he goes, huh? A while.
Yeah. I can tell your teamwork and your synergy is not quite there yet.
Yeah, I don't really like any of them.
Yeah, we're not a team, bro.
Well, okay.
Not everybody can be the dream team, am I right?
How long you and your boyfriend been together?
How do you articulate that as a cat, Gorgo?
I'm literally pantomiming and I'm like licking the back of my paw at the same time while I'm talking to him, like mid conversation.
And he says, well, yeah, Darod, me, Mordan, we were on the original Team Dream, and It's been a long time. It's been a long time. But man, we were really good adventurers.
Who else was on the team Dream?
It was me, Darod, let's see, Morden. It was Bao, the beautiful. It was, let's see, what's that dragonborn's name? Woolis of Jinsfell. I think that's it. Yeah, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's right.
Bow the tiger guy?
Bao. So Bao is a tiger princess. Yeah, Kahani.
Tiger
They
princess.
call him. Then when her father died, she became the queen of the tiger folk, but she passed away a few years ago.
What happened? How'd you pass away?
You know, they say that her son killed her to take the throne, but I don't know. I stay out of other people's family shit.
But what do you think?
I don't know. People that want to be the kings of shit, they do crazy stuff.
Don't you want to be the king of Go Shy?
No, man, I don't.
Who does?
Man, let me tell you, before Morden took over as the leader of Go Shy, it wasn't really a great place to live. Now it's really nice. So I'm happy. I mean, some would say Go Shy was nothing before Morden put it on the map.
What was it like before for you guys?
For us, well, you know, doing odd jobs, going on adventures, we would, you know, there's a monster tearing apart a village. We'd all go and fight the monster, come back to Go Shy, live our lives. That was it, really. Go visit Xeris Tower, look at it, leave, whatever.
I asked him if he's seen or collected any cool weapons, and I pull out my glass maul and I show it in front of him.
I've seen those before. Those are from the Thunyar.
Who are they?
The Thunyar, those are the stone dwarves that used to live in the mountain before it became a volcano.
You knew them before the volcano?
I mean, they were one of the peoples of this continent, but I don't know, man. They say they got into some dark shit, kept digging and digging and digging, and who knows what happened, but all of a sudden, that mountain became a volcano. That shit don't happen every day.
Every time he keeps saying shit, Gorgo starts drooling just a little bit because he's getting excited because deep, dark, hidden shit sounds like the tasteful gold he's been searching for.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Where do they dig? Show me on the map.
You know, it's all legends at this point, but story goes they were just regular ass dwarfs. And after their king died, when the prince took over, man, he worked those guys almost to death. And he made some kind of pact with something or somebody. You know, you ever hear those stories about jinn, how they like, you make a wish and they trick you?
Yeah, we got one of those too.
So guy goes to some kind of entity and says, I wish I didn't have to feed these people. I wish they didn't tell me no. I wish that they could just work without getting tired. And whatever it was, elemental lord, demon lord, whatever, said, you got it. Turn them all into stone, every one of them. But not like stone, like, and he kind of like kicks a rock and it goes like flying into the forest. Like stone people. So, no, I don't know. Then
You made a potion. We used a potion to turn someone's stone into not stone.
yeah.
We can
I don't
unstone
know.
these people.
Well, look, when you're, maybe that's another part of your adventure. You go and, help the Thunyar.
Yeah, let's go get stoned with the Thunyar.
Yeah.
Are you gonna come help us fight this boxer guy?
No, man.
You want to come watch?
They know.
Ripper.
Listen, everyone in Iceheim, they know the 23 swords of Roshai.
How about we can disguise you as a cat?
No, man. And he kind of like cranks his neck a little bit and he goes, I'm getting too old for that shit, man. You guys will be fine. It's one man. How hard can one man be to capture?
Can I ask him if he wants to wrestle?
Right now?
Yeah. Can we like spar real quick while everyone else is sleeping?
I mean,
3 of us. Let's have a spar.
so all right. I mean, all right. How technical do we want to be? Like, if you get into a real fight, then you don't get the benefits of a long rest.
I'm not resting. I already took a nap a second ago. But no, I was just saying we can all just like have a
Why
spar.
don't you
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Arm
Okay.
wrestle.
So
Just
go
arm
ahead
wrestle.
and like, so so Scopin stands up and he kind of like Greco-Roman. He's like, all right, like, so make an athletics check to grapple this guy.
All right, here we go. Oh, you definitely got me.
Yeah. So, so he takes you and he kind of like up, like end over ends you. So like you feel like, what it feels like to get knocked on your ass. And then you're like going toward, like you feel your back going toward the floor, but then like also he just like stops you kind of like a dance, like a ballroom dancing dip.
Yeah.
And then he stands you back up and kind of like brushes off his hands and then he sits back down. He's like, hey man. And he kind of just shrugs like, yeah, like he doesn't say it out loud, but he's kind of like, yeah, dude, I'm big. Like,
wow, you're really strong. How do I get that strong?
just exercise.
Spinach.
vitamins.
This is where one of us has to plug some supplement we made.
I take a daily probiotic.
I poop regularly. That's how I keep this bigger.
I also take magnesium and vitamin D.
All right. I can't wait to get there tomorrow. Cassian, did you want to talk to this guy or you want to ask him anything?
No.
Does this guy have anything else he wants to talk about?
You should spray him, Jordan. Give him a, like a cat spray.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna for no reason get mad, hiss, and then go sit on the other side of the fire. And stare.
You should
All
definitely like you're cheesing, like South Park. You know when they cheese, like they're cheesing on the catfish.
All right.
No, we're not cheating.
Great.
I don't know that.
Anybody else want to do anything before this night is over?
No.
Rob, do you still have to roll dice tomorrow? Your ported dice tomorrow?
Rob's muted.
Is
I
there?
want to get into the library.
We're not even in the same city as the library anymore.
Get there. So, okay, so then the next
I'm also
morning,
questioning both Gorgo and Ezekiel's positions. I'm literally watching all of them finesse things, knowing that I am waiting on the opportunity, but I'm sitting here trying to read between the lines of every conversation they're having and understanding everything that I can about the inner workings of this place.
We forgot to ask them about the kart racing.
Well, you know what? It's morning now, so too fucking late. They all of a sudden you wake up to them like
I'm a professional
taking
car
down the
racer.
tent, like not in an aggressive way at all, but like just very like handily, like hook, 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 hook.
Like
putting
while
the-
we're still in it, there's like
Yeah. So like the sun is kind of like that, like snow blind, like the sun weirdly, like even though it's like kind of blotted out by like the smoke, it almost like there's no sun in the sky, but the sun weirdly kind of like reflects off the ground. So you get like this like weird like snow blind effect, but also it's like hazy and cloudy in the air from the volcano. And they put the cart back together, and then Scopin is like, "Are we ready to go? We should be in Goshen, or we should be at Iceheim in about 2 hours or so."
Say, yeah, we're mounting up.
Great. Anybody doing anything else before we get back?
I hand everybody but Torment for fighting
I
reasons.
examined every bit of the vehicle.
Snack.
Wait, hold on.
Snack things.
Information I can get my hands on.
You examine the vehicle?
Yes.
Great. So yeah, you determine that it's a horse-drawn cart of very sturdy construction. And looks like it has a few parts on it that have been replaced recently. So it's like a very good looking cart.
Nice.
We're about to walk into Iceheim now, right?
Yeah, I mean, so you're gonna travel. You wind up traveling for about half a day, and you reach Iceheim at midday. And I'm gonna pull up the Iceheim map for everybody to see. I gotta drop you guys on it first. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Nice.
Hold on 1 second. So you're approaching from the east. Let me drop some people. Oh shit, I gotta do a couple of things. Hold on. While we're doing this, why don't you plug Primordial Secrets real quick?
Primordial Secrets. You want to beat Gambit in the house? I got the perfect card game for you. You sit there, you play the game, you have people over, you host people, and you send people to other parties, and then you get to pick big party members from the middle, and everybody gets to rage back, and you play these cards, and it's a lot of fun, you know? Me and Shane and Garth played it a few times. I like it. Now we got to come into the house. I'm going to teach my friends how to play it.
Yeah. Lose weight, build muscle.
Yeah. Good time.
Okay, I have no idea how those two things are related, but here we are, everybody. So here is Iceheim.
Everybody gets the temporary four temporary hit points. Remember, write it down.
Nice.
Wait, more 10 hit points?
You do, yeah.
Snackies.
How many?
I need that because I'm about to cut myself.
Cut myself into pieces.
Tonight will be the night. Tonight.
God, that man tell you got issues, dude. You got issues, bro.
Wait, Shane, how many hit points do I get?
4.
All right. I already had 4. Do I get 4 more?
Well, you just didn't take them off, so you probably could just leave it.
All right, so the cart drops you off maybe about a quarter mile, like a 5 or 10 minute walk from the gates of Iceheim. You sort of trudge down this path, and you can make out where the path is supposed to be, and you see like tracks and prints and all sorts of things. Like your tracking sense, Dismas, goes kind of crazy because there's like all sorts of cart tracks and tire tracks and footprints and all sorts of shit in the snow and like this muddy kind of like slushy snow. And you finally reach the walls of Goshai. You reach like a 30-foot tall gatehouse, and everything in the city looks almost like its size is magnified because there's like a thick layer of ice on everything. So this house that would normally be like 10 feet tall, or 20 or 30 feet tall, looks like it's 35 feet tall because it's got this thick layer of like almost like cartoonish ice and snow over everything. And the gates of the city are wide open, like as you approach. And with that, the splendor of Iceheim, we're going to take our first break. And when we come back, we will explore Iceheim, home of the
Question.
polar bear folk.
Is there winter attire in the park? Are we like prepared for this winter? Like, I don't remember
Yeah.
putting on like
I'm
When
undead.
we're,
I'm
when we're
okay.
closed, you know?
Gorgo's
Yeah,
first.
so that's a really great question. So you're not dressed for the weather, and you do a little bit. You are not dressed for the weather, but you also have not entered the city yet.
Okay.
So with that, let's take a break, and when we come back, we can explore Iceheim. Can everybody see the whole map? Last time I didn't give you visibility of the whole
Yeah,
map.
we
Can everybody
got
see
it
the whole
all.
map?
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shake.
Darth, ready a video.
Video. All right, you got you got it.
7 minutes, everybody. Let's go. Primordial
Okay.
Secrets. We'll be right back. Lays it up.
What's up? Kinda cool the way you mix it up. Like this? Uh-huh.
Competitive deck building game of Primordial Secrets is a 2 to 4 player competitive deck building game of Eldritch Intrigue that takes about 45 to 90 minutes to play. In Primordial Secrets, you take on the role of a godlike being called a primordial, jockeying for power in order to craft the unborn universe in your image. Players can expect to spend less time waiting and more time making meaningful decisions in this interactive deck builder, thanks to the unique simultaneous play turn structure. Each round, all players at the same time draw 6 cards from their personal decks and choose 3 of those cards to send out to visit another player and 3 to stay home to host any potential visitors to your own realm. Taking into consideration what cards are available to recruit this round, what tricks your opponents might have up their sleeves to disrupt your plans, or if this is the hand you should go all in with, perhaps putting all of your best cards in your hosting party to try to collect some sacrifices. The decisions get more intense as the game plays out, but you can see an example of the anticipating and outwitting as early as the first turn of the game. For example, a pretty common starting hand could look like this. This blue number is Insight, basically visiting power, so you can see that messengers make better visitors than musicians. But not so fast, because this number up here in pink is Devotion, recruiting power. And in order to use a card's devotion to recruit new cards for your deck, that card needs to visit another player and survive. Musicians can potentially help you get stronger primordials for your future turns, but if your visitor's total insight is less than your opponent's host's total deceit, you will have to sacrifice one of your visitors to that player. And collecting sacrifices is one of the 2 victory conditions of the game. Players can win by either deceiving their way to 6 sacrifices, or by visiting with enough insight to steal 6 of their opponent's secrets. What are secrets? Well, just like you are improving your primordial deck as the game goes on, secrets improve your other deck of sorts, your intents. Essentially, once you've stolen a secret, you'll have a new option for the rest of the game when deciding who to visit and how. Maybe you'll attend a tournament hosted by the player to your left, where royals are more easily recruited this round. Or perhaps you will hold a tribunal, skipping your visit entirely, but forcing the players to your right and left to visit you this turn instead of whatever they were planning on doing. Primordial Secrets is a strategy game, but one with huge swingy turns and haymakers that will make you read the card twice out of disbelief. The huge power swings in the game not only make for exciting and tense moments, but convey the feeling of unfathomable, all-powerful beings, hosting banquets and masquerades, courting and scheming, and occasionally time-traveling, unwinding reality, and erasing other beings from existence. Welcome to the Void.
Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. And today I'm reviewing Roleplay Adventures in the expansion Nephris' Judgment from Thunderworks Games. Roleplay Adventures is, as the name implies, an adventure game. It's a game in which you and any number of players, or any number of characters for that matter, are going to be wandering around different scenarios, different maps, basically, going through your journey book of what's happening in the particular adventure you're in as you make choices in this choose your own adventure storyline. It's basically choose an adventure with a degree of dice manipulation and dice mitigation thrown into the experience. It's a 1 to 4 player game. Each individual adventure takes anywhere between, on the low end, 60 minutes, but I'd say on the low end 60 minutes, on the high end 2.5 hours. I'd say typically you're looking at 90 minutes to 2 hours for a session, although it will vary because this very much is a choose your own adventure game. This very much is a choose your own adventure game with all the associated consequences, the branching storylines, the impact to what you're doing, impacts that will carry on across the 10 episodes that are in this. I think there's 10 episodes, a finale, and a side quest I believe they have, so potentially 12 adventures in here. I'm currently 5 adventures into it. There's still a whole lot more to go. Take that into account that I have not experienced the entire thing yet, although I believe I've experienced enough to be able to talk about this, well, to definitely talk about my opinion. But past that, let's go ahead and get into it. It's a choose your own adventure game. Choose your own adventure game, you're going to be making choices, you wander around the map, trying to manage the dice and the tests thrown your way. It has fail forward as a mechanism, meaning you don't really fail so much as continuing, well, you do die. You do die, but even if you die, you come back again with a degree of consequence to the scenario, a degree of consequence to your characters, and impacts to your experience and what happens to you when you die. But this is fail forward. This is a story. You're trying to move forward. You're trying to see what happens and experience the world as you're given choices and agency as far as what happens, and trying to utilize the mechanics of the game to merge with the choose your own adventure impacts and aspects of the game in order to get to the conclusion that you are going to get to the conclusion that you're trying to get to, whether or not you actually do so. The game system involves you basically wandering your miniature around the map. You're going to start in a location. You're going to have a storybook. The storybook will have a degree of starting setup as far as what you do, how you place things, and then you have your adventure begins. You're going to look at the location you're in, which often is a number. Well, it's always a number. It's A, B, a letter, always a letter, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever they are. You're going to go into the particular storybook for that. You have the map set up for your particular adventure. You're going to use the storybook for your adventure, and you're going to go to the location you're
All right. There's Cassian. Are we back? Jordan's camera's off, but I think he's there. I hear him. Justin's getting a tattoo.
Kidding me?
All right.
You kidding me?
And what are we waiting for? We're still waiting for Okay. Jordo is back. Waiting for Justin and Rob. Paging Ezekiel and Torment.
We're all watching the game right now. That's the problem. That's why we don't want to come back.
All right. Well, we can
No, we're fine.
and we can just get rolling.
No, wait a second.
Okay, there's Justin. Rob.
Rob.
All right. Well, he'll come back when he's ready to come back. Let's get started.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're back. Welcome back. In the first half of the session, I don't know. Am I supposed to do a recap of before the break? I don't know. No.
Nah.
Okay. I'm trying to increase the production value here.
Yeah, no, I think there's
I
not much.
bet I had to take out the dog.
Okay, great. Everybody's back. Here we go. You're at the gate of Iceheim. And as you peer through these tall, ice-covered gates that are standing open, you can see in the distance what looks like a parade going through the center drag of town. And as you kind of peer through, I mean, you haven't walked through it, as you peer through the gates, crowds and crowds of people are all lining this like center drag street. And the city, from what you can see at the gate, is mostly bear folk. These like huge lumbering, like 8-foot tall, like not quite as tall as Skopin and Darad, but like bigger than the bears in Bjornheim, like stark white, like polar bears. But unlike Bjornheim,
we have a bear potion still because I didn't have to use mine.
okay,
Nice.
you do have a bear potion. That's true. Unlike Bjornheim, there you also can see from the gate elves and dwarves, and actually for the first time, you also see a handful of bird folk, which I think it's easy to deduce, right? Like when the island split, like the bird folk were not restricted to the bottom half of the island. So you see some bird folk, you see, you know, all of the animal folk you're used to seeing. You see some dragonborn, like all sorts of people, and they're all kind of like cheering and like fanfare as this parade is going down the main drag of Iceheim.
Gorgo jumps in the parade and starts dancing with all the bears.
Okay, I mean, you go ahead. So, I mean, the parade is like probably like halfway through the city at this point, but sure. I mean, you can. Let me find some good.
Oh yeah! I rolled a natural performance.
All right, great. You do that.
They are wowed by my dance.
Whatever you did was fabulous.
That's amazing. They loved it.
I didn't know this was a parade in honor of Gorgo.
So it's not, but yeah. So
It
you
is
do that.
now.
You flawlessly get in the back of the parade, and you're doing this kind of dance down the street, this like mambo down the street behind this parade. And as you get a little, so as everybody coming into the city, you guys all should be able to move your characters at this point.
Oh.
So again, is the weather affecting, or like, is there like something like a park or anything in that truck I could have taken out before?
No, so you are cold for sure. And as you walk in, you see this is like a bustling city. You see like shops along the main drag. You can see kind of from where you're standing, Cassian, kind of back in this corner, you see like a big like, amphitheater. You know, and you can tell, like, even though there's always snow here, like the streets have been mostly cleared. You can see the main drags of the city have the streets are a little bit, you know, just dirty from like mud being trounced in, but for the most part, I mean, it's a really clean, well-kept city, and like the parade is just continuing to kind of march down the streets.
Is all the places closed because of the parade?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that's exactly right. So you see tons of shops like along this main drag, but like everything is closed. You know, you see all different manners of shops, and you know, you can see down as you look down like the alleyways, you can see like places where people might live. It's like a really cohesive, bustling, nice city, kind of like an anti-Bjornheim.
So like everybody's happy, it's clean.
Yep.
Okay.
What is this parade about?
I find it all suspect. And I believe nothing that I see.
Well, okay, so that is very on brand for Torment. So wait, Dismas, who do you ask that to? Just the first person you see?
I don't ask anyone. I determine with my eyes and ears what this parade is trying to.
You know what? From where you're standing, like the main float of the parade is like a ways away from you, and it's really tough to see.
All right, I hurry.
Dismas, come with me. I'll make our way up the street. Dance with me up the street to the main float. Come on.
That was an audible grunt. I don't know if that came through.
I grabbed Torment. I grabbed Dismas, and I grab him, and me and him start dancing up the street so I can get him a better view, and I like hold him up a little bit so he can like see a little higher too. Come with me.
Right. So Dismas, as you get a little bit closer to the front, you can see that there's one float in particular, and it has 5 people like on this float, and they're kind of like blowing kisses. You see this woman in like a red leather jacket, like this beautiful human woman, like a very conventionally attractive human woman. In like a red leather jacket. You see like what looks like a Goliath, you know, like a strapping Goliath. It is seriously like, you know, 30 degrees. And this guy's in like leather pants and like no shirt. And he's got these like tattoos all over his chest. And he's got these like 2 swords, and he's like roaring at the crowd, and the crowd is roaring back. You also see, this like dragonborn woman, like with like a greenish purple hue to her skin. You see what looks like maybe a squirrel folk, like a small squirrel, and then you see like this tall, like almost honestly a lot like Willow, for those of you who played in that campaign, like this Earth Ganassi, like legs look like tree trunks, like long vines for hair, like holding like a staff in one hand and like a shield in the other. And you very quickly realize this is like a welcome home party for some kind of like adventuring party that did something amazing for the city of Iceheim.
Oh, we're having a showdown.
I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I immediately turn my attention to the crowd to see if everyone is happy.
Okay, make a perception check.
That was my highest roll today. A 4.
Okay, so with a 10, you get the sense that everyone in the crowd that you can see is happy. And you like people have signs and they're cheering. And people are just thrilled to be here.
Okay, very well.
Are the 2 guys that came with us, the Minotaur guys?
No, they're back in the cart.
Okay.
And I still can track their location because I have not dispelled that even through the long rest. FYI, Dan.
Where does it look like the parade is like going? Like it has to be like a procession, like ending at some point, you know?
Yeah, that's a really great point. So you can see like toward the end of this main drag, they've almost put up like a makeshift stage. And as the parade like gets to the stage, I don't know, have you guys like I guess now you're in like the center of town. So in the center of town, there's like this makeshift stage, and you see like this bear person get up in front of the like on the stage and get on the microphone. And the bear person kind of says, citizens of Iceheim, we are here today to present a key to the city. And everybody like kind of like quiets down. In thanks for this group's bravery in defeating the monster that plagued our home. Let's hear it for Penny Piper and the Marauders of the Multiverse. And then everybody's kind of like goes crazy. And like everybody's like cheering like super, super loud. And then like you see that the woman that you saw in like the red leather jacket, she like gets up on stage and she's like waving at everybody and like smiling and like very extremely charismatic. And they is holding like this giant like bronze like key and like waving at everybody, and everybody's just going fucking bananas for this adventuring party. And now like people are really starting to like pack in like to get close to the stage.
All right, let's get to the front, guys. Mosh pit.
I'm looking for like a code or something to steal because I'm probably cold.
So actually, like just like in like a normal parade, how there's like vendors like with like little like lightsabers for kids. There's actually somebody walking around with, like big heavy parkas like on like a stick. So you like flag him down, and he goes like, "Hey man, you guys look cold. You guys want some parkas?"
Definitely.
Nah, I'm good. I got fur.
Okay, great. Yeah, they're 4 silver each.
I throw him 1 gold.
Okay, that's enough for 2.5 parkas, man. He hands you 2 parkas, and then he takes a
I go, wait, no.
That's for Gorgo.
I say, I'll keep the 2 parkas, you keep the change.
Okay, so you put one on, you give one to who? Torment?
Absolutely not. I give 1 to Thover.
Thover, as much as Thover appreciates it, I don't think Thover is.
The monk.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Jess has no hair. Yeah.
Okay, so you and so Ezekiel and Cassian, you guys put on these parkas, and they've got like these like fur-lined collars and these like long, heavy coats. They look really nice on both of you.
Excellent.
You guys look like a bunch of ski bunnies.
Now I feel way more comfortable. And I want to know what like. Can we see the this adventuring party like clear as day on the stage?
Yeah, you can see them clear as day on the stage.
Okay, what are they made like? Is it what are the races? Not that I'm racist, I just want to know like what are the
yeah. So and now that you're close, you see this like very charismatic like human woman, like, and she has like a lyre like strapped over her shoulder.
Okay, that's
and
awesome.
That is Penny Piper. And then you see this like squirrel folk, this like little, probably no bigger than a gnome, but like squirrel folk with like a big bushy tail, and has like some kind of like over one shoulder, some kind of like strange, like arcane, like mechanical device.
That's awesome. Okay, cool.
And then you see this like barbarian, and he kind of looks. He looks like either a really small.
That's what I just thought.
Yeah.
What?
No, just keep going. Please just keep going.
Then the barbarian with the tattoos. He looks like either like a shorter Goliath or like a taller half orc. Like it's really tough to tell like what exactly he is. But he's out there like just shirtless, like it's just like rippled with muscles and just like
excellent.
Yes. We are here, yes. And then
nothing goes over his head.
What's that? And then there's you see this green dragonborn woman with like purple, like auburn, like purple and red hair. And you know, it's really, she kind of actually gives off like Cassian vibes. She kind of like sits back in the cut a little bit and like is like, yes, this is a parade, like we're here. But like not very like excitable. And then you see like the big Earth Ganassi just kind of like standing there, like arms folded.
Especially that Earth Ganassi probably just says one word, 2 words, maybe 3, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Or go.
Awesome. So I like
circles. Go spec.
I nod my head and I look at these and like I look at this group and I kind of like just smile and like I kind of like just know like this group right here doesn't seem very formidable compared to us.
Yeah. And then the woman who's on the stage, she kind of like takes the megaphone from the mayor and she gets up and she goes, thank you.
I start walking instantly towards the stage.
And yeah, and she goes, yes, we are the Marauders of the Multiverse. Yes, we are. Thank you so much. We're so happy. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, we love you. Yes, we love you too. Yes.
I hop on the stage.
Hop on the stage?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Stage too.
Do some devil went down to Georgia shit.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, hold on. You hop on the stage for real?
And like I hop on and I'm clapping and I'm just like, yeah. I'm just like, you know.
I'm on stage with him. I crowd surfed. I jumped over people's heads and I was climbing like Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So the two of you are on stage and all of a sudden like 6 huge like polar bear folk like kind of like run up the 2 sides of the stage and like are about to like grab you and then Penny Piper goes, oh hey, hang on friends, hang on, hey, what can we do for you?
And I just start clapping my hands and I say, I cannot believe, you know, your deeds have found me and I'm here in your presence. I am the greatest musician on the lower half of this continent. I don't know if you've ever been there in the bottom or if you've ever heard of me. But my name is Scott.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on. I'm standing next to the greatest musician from the lower half of the continent. Everybody, Exotic Xiao is here. Yes, the Tiger King himself. You don't look very tigerish, Mr. Tiger King.
And I say, so, you know, I don't know if news has spread to you guys up here, but may he rest in peace, you know, and I do one of these, and can I do that? And I said, and with that,
bow down too.
He has passed the torch to me, and I'm here to jam.
That's right. Yes. And then she kind of puts the microphone down, and she goes like, dude, what the fuck are you doing right now?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just play along. It's cool. It's cool. Don't worry.
No. See, here's the thing. Like, it's not cool. Like, it's kind of like my parade. Like,
I know. I say,
I'm being cool by not letting those 6 bears like rip you into 6 equal pieces. But like, you gotta get the fuck off the stage, bro.
Nice. I say, all right. That's fine. But we're gonna talk.
All right, yeah. Let's hear it for the musician man. All right, back to the fun. So, hey, let's hear it. Let's hear it for the. I'm sorry. Is there more?
No. I'm back. I'm off the stage.
Great. Let's hear it for the Marauders of the Multiverse, everyone. We're all here. Yes.
I planted the seed, everybody. The seed has been planted.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Sure has.
By the way, why are you guys in Iceheim again?
We need to find the butcher, but so this is all part of like my plan. So like as of right now, like I mean, if this is like a sidebar of like what you want to know what's going on in my head, so like this is part of my. So first of all, I needed to be recognized so people start talking, right? Because people now, obviously, I'm going to have some type of introduction with either A, these marauders, because I'm pretty sure they're going to come talk to the person who just interrupted their freaking parade, or B, I'm going to have a lot of interactions with pretty much anyone else will know of me and know me as the greatest musician, and all I gotta do is just like, yeah, it's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna work out.
Okay, well, great. Well, so then the mayor gets back on. He goes, well, that was weird, right, everybody? Well, hey, listen, thanks everybody for coming out to the parade. We're going to maintain today as an Iceheim city holiday. in honor of Penny Piper and the Marauders of the Multiverse. But right here in Town Square, beer garden all day, and everybody cheers. Like they're just like so excited to cheer.
Yes.
And then, so then, Ezekiel, what are you doing?
So I mean, if there's a beer garden, I'm out having a beer with the crowd,
So
you know.
as you start to like settle into the beer garden, all of a sudden you feel like 4 like bear folk kind of like surround you a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of keep my eye on Zeke the entire time because I know he got himself in a bad way.
Yeah.
So you think?
And then one of them leans over to you and says, excuse me, we'd like you to come with us.
I'm like, autographs. I'm like, okay, what's your name? And I take out like a pen and I go, what's your name? And I start just scribbling something on a piece of paper and I just like shove it. And I'm like, one for you, and one for you, and one for you.
And then all of a sudden, like two more bear folk, and then like 2 more. And now you're like quasi surrounded by like 8 of these dudes.
And I say, well, gentlemen, if you wanted a private performance, all you had to do was ask. And I say, all right, where are we going?
All right, so then they lead you to a tent, and like in this like city square, and inside of the tent are like the mayor and like the Marauders of the Multiverse, like all sitting around this table.
Now, did my group follow me at all, or like
I was on stage too? Did I get handcuffed also and go with them?
No, you did not.
I followed, but I didn't go in.
Okay.
I followed, and I picked up all the scraps, and I literally was like, "What's going on with my dude?"
All right, I'm with Ezekiel because I'm his band member, so I'm his stage dancer. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, and then so then you walk into the tent.
So is everyone like around the tent, and I'm the only one in the tent?
No, I'm in the tent with you, but I'm not going to say anything or do anything.
Okay. So then while that's happening, is anyone looking for the butcher?
We know the butcher isn't one of these marauders, for all we know. We didn't get any physical. All we know is a boxer.
Yes, I'm looking for the butcher, but I'm concerned about my mate.
Hey, what about Dismas? Dismas, are you like trying to track down the butcher at all?
Yeah, that's your job right now.
No, I'm security. I'm just making sure these guys win fights.
I've got Zeke covered.
Okay.
You guys
Okay.
find the butcher.
And then, okay, so then Penny Piper says to Ezekiel, say, hey, invite your friends in. Come, sit. And they're at this big, like, circular table, and there's plenty of seats for everybody.
And I just kind of like, I don't know how many people I can talk to telepathy. With my telepathic ability, I feel like I could probably just. I mean, do I know that they follow? Yeah. So I just tell everybody to come in the tent.
All right. Well, you also know their location and can communicate them with your ring.
Oh yeah, right. So I'm just like, yeah, everyone, you should probably, everyone come in. It's cool. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
All right. So then, you all come in and you're standing around this table where like the Marauders of the Multiverse, and there's like, probably a dozen like bear folk in this tent, and they go, and then Penny leans over to you and she says, you're lucky I like guys with beards. And she like slides a chair out for you to like come sit next to her. And she kind of like head nods for you to come sit.
And I sit down, but I do something like super cool, like actually like kicks the chair out. I do kind of like a little like it's like
all right, good. Make an acrobatics check.
Absolutely. It's one of my worst skills. Let's go.
I can help you. I'm with you. I can absolutely help you.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna help him be acrobatic.
I can roll him. Or
I was gonna say you can flip him.
All right,
I know 15, perfect. So you pass, you do
terrible.
like a little twirl, and you sit
And,
down.
like, sit down.
Goes, so I think some introductions are probably in order. I'll ask you. You all know who I am, obviously. I am Penny Piper.
Yes. I am Scott Stapp.
I'm sorry. What is your name?
Scott Stapp.
Scott Stapp.
Yeah, Scott Stapp.
Hey man, I'm just gonna tell you right now. you got to come up with a stage name. You think my name is Penny Piper? Like, you got to come up with
Oh,
something.
we were making make-believe names. Oh.
And what about your friends? What are their names?
Oh, I'm just then. I just have one. My name's just Ezekiel.
Oh, you know what? I like just
He's the freak.
Ezekiel. So, and what's this red guy? What is his name?
That's Torment.
Torment, make you Lorment.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Not
That's
a wizard,
Torment.
I'm guessing. Who else?
That is Cassian. Cassian is the other one in the Parker.
Cassian.
That delicious, adorable looking cat person. That's Gorgo.
The pussy.
Away from the other side.
My other friend is the strong silent type. That's Dismas, and the dwarf.
I just cut my.
Yeah.
I just make aggressive eye contact and slice my arm all the way down.
And I kind of just
Master
nod my
Master
head and I go, yeah, that's a thing. And I go, yeah, this is Chef. We just call him Chef.
Chef. Oh, okay. Well, great. You said your name is Jeff?
Chef. But
Chef.
his friends call him.
Master Chef.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got it. Well, great. Well, like I said, you know me, and then, Penny Piper. That is my stage name, and then she points to the Goliath, and he goes, I am Broxgar the Breaker.
Broxgar, pleasure
I am
sir.
so called that because my parents named me Broxgar, and
You
I
know
like
what?
to break things,
I bet you if you stayed
but intentionally,
perfectly,
not in a clumsy way.
of course, you look like a man who only does purposeful actions. I bet you if you stood perfectly still, we probably couldn't see you.
You are quite astute.
Thank you.
And then, the little squirrel man jumps up on the table and he says, "I'm Scooter Squirrelman. Nice to meet you, but not really, because we just met. But I'll let you know if it was nice."
Can I kind of see more about this like robotics that he's got going on? Like, because I feel like I probably haven't seen too many robotic like squirrel perks.
Yeah, so
like,
you
definitely
know about you know what an artificer is,
right.
and it's very obvious that this is like some kind of like artificer
Okay.
creation. And then so then sitting at the other end of the table, you see the dragonborn girl with the purple hair, and she goes, "Yeah, I'm Morgana. That's who I am."
Excellent.
But actually,
As many inquisitional questions.
and then Penny Piper stands up and she goes, "Actually, Morgana here is a princess." And then she goes, "I'm not a princess. My dad is like an ancient amethyst dragon, but like I'm not a princess."
Yeah, dads, right?
Dads, tell me about it.
Right.
And then the Ganassi at the end of the table goes, "This is Trug."
True. Excellent. Well, it's nice to meet you all. We too are adventurers. I don't know if you've heard of us, but we too have done many great deeds. And I don't know if you've been to the lower part of this place, but if you've been to the lowest part of this place, then you would absolutely know who we are.
And so Penny Piper is just kind of like making like very like romantic eye contact with you, and she's like, "So tell me, like, what brings you guys to Iceheim?"
I go, well,
Are you on a quest?
And I kind of just like, so he laughs and he kind of like looks at her, and I go, quests, isn't that just a long fancy word for a journey with a compatriot?
And then Broxgar goes, "Quest is not a long word. It only has 5 letters."
And maybe in your language. So, and he turns to her and goes, "We are here and we are looking for somebody. We are on a quest." And I kind of like pull out my loot, and I just kind of like, after I'd say we're on a quest, just kind of start like strumming along, kind of playing a little more hard to get now, just kind of like really, really cool. And like, I would say the loot tune is kind of like, near, 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 near.
And then Penny takes out like her loot, and she's like, no. I can't hear you. And then she's like, ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum bum bum.
They're the greatest song in the world.
It's a bass slap off, guys. And I start coming around and I start clapping.
This is not the bass, man.
I go, can you take me
That's not the best
higher?
She's like, man, I'm really picking up what you're putting down. Listen, we don't normally do quests for no money, but we'll totally split the loot with you and just help you with your quest.
So I kind of like don't want to like give her like too much information.
Who, me? You don't want to give me too much information?
No, I don't really. This is like I'm talking to my head.
My sword.
Yeah, really talking to
What's Sword of Courage doing right now, Dan?
Guys.
What is the Sword of Courage doing right now?
Yeah, so you hear in your head, Ezekiel, you hear in your head like, this is not what
Are
you're.
you gonna tell me that the 1,000 gold you're gonna offer them as a split is the best we can do? I mean,
Rob, I can't hear you. If you're like, if Torment is talking, why don't you lean in? It's just like FaceTime. I feel like you can't hear me. Like, lean closer to the computer.
So I say to Penny, I go, have you ever heard of somebody called the Butcher?
Oh, the boxer?
The boxer, yeah.
And then Broxgar leans in and goes, he is called the Butcher, but he is a boxer.
Yes, thank you, Boxcar. Yes. Have you ever heard of this guy?
Gorgeous George.
Yeah, we've heard of him before. Listen, word around the criminal element is somebody back in Goshai is looking for him.
That is true. Somebody is looking for him.
And she goes, "Oh my! Are you here looking for him?"
We're here because perhaps we are looking for him. I mean, amongst other things, I've never been to this part of town, and I also heard that you guys were going to be here, and I just had to meet you.
Oh, wow! Word travels fast. We're kind of like the coolest adventuring party like ever.
I mean, not for nothing, you don't get to see a artificial squirrel, Mr. Squirrelman, and that tree ganassi or nature ganassi thing back there is fucking awesome.
I know, and we have a sick fucking spelljammer that I'm the pilot of, and we can just fly from like plane to plane whenever we want to. It is fucking dope. We fight fucking mind flayers. It is sick, dude. It is so
mind
sick.
Flayers. Wow. Okay. So now I'm like instantly way more intrigued by these people, and to the point where it's like the Butcher doesn't seem as interesting now that this people have a interdimensional form of travel.
That's what happens when you get outbarded by a bard.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question: like, what's like the reward for like catching this Butcher guy?
I say, well, we are also not only one of the greatest adventurers in the lower plane, but we are also the top kart racing group as well. And this is my team. And I say, we unfortunately ran into a little issue where we needed to part with our cart due to, like, let's be real, the government's, inspections and things of that nature. And so we basically are being told that as long as we bring this Butcher guy back, we can get a cart, and we're going to win this race and make a ton of money.
Wow. So okay. Listen, you know what? I mean, there's about 5,000 people outside of this tent right now. He's probably out there.
Yeah.
Does he know you're looking for him? Does he have you kicked him off yet?
No. So like, what
does he look like?
The Butcher?
Yeah.
Well, he's a boxer, so I'd imagine he probably
you know what he looks like?
No.
Really? Like, you didn't get like a photo of him or anything?
Oh, a photo.
We did get a photo of him. I haven't looked. At the photo yet.
When did you get a photo?
Googled him
Can I see
once.
it? Can I see what he looks like?
I go, well, the photo's back in the cart that we came here with our.
Okay, so just tell me with words, what does he look like?
Well, so he's kind of like medium tall height, and he has skin, and some hair, dark hair, on top, maybe some light hair as well in there.
Oh my
mixed in.
god.
Oh, you must be thinking of a different guy. Okay, sorry. The guy that I'm thinking of is a fucking kangaroo folk.
Oh, you know what? So I think there's must have been like a word issue. You meant see, in where I'm coming from, a boxer is actually a form of underwear.
Oh god.
Okay. Anyway, but so kangaroo folk, excellent. No, definitely totally separate guy than what we're looking for. But yeah, I really just wanted to meet you. You know, I
But
would
hey,
just,
I'm staying. So I'm staying in. We're staying at the inn, right? We're gonna be
Mhm.
here for like at least 2 days.
Right. definitely
if you
don't
wanna,
leave
like,
yet.
you wanna-
Before, yeah.
All right, how long are you in town? You're probably only in town for like 1 day.
I mean, yeah, we're time is of the essence, I would say. You know, but we'll
Okay, but
make time.
like seriously, all I need is like 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Okay. Yeah.
Like 6 minutes of your time, or
6
less.
minutes of like alone time.
Well, like I mean, like yeah, but, like not right now. Like we're in the middle of a parade. I mean, I guess
Right.
like if you like really insisted,
Man,
we could.
you gotta lube up. It's fine.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. You know, I said let me handle what I came to town for, and I will get. I know exactly where you're staying. You'll see me at midnight tonight.
And somebody knows
midnight?
how to lube up right.
A little earlier than that.
Okay.
Before
All
midnight.
right. Great. That sounds great. Good luck. Good luck finding the butcher. And
Mhm.
you know,
He's a
if you need our
kangaroo.
help, like I said, we could probably like reduce our fee to like instead of taking half, like we usually would want to take, maybe like 48% or something.
Would you be willing to see?
Library card, I'm fine.
I don't know how I would give you 40% of a
Give me
card,
my library card, you son of a bitch.
but do you do you know anything of library cards?
Yes, I know everything.
Oh well,
said-
interestingly enough,
Yeah.
Ice Time has a really great public library.
Excellent. And I kind of like look over at Torment and I go, they got a public library here, my friend. You know how
Yeah,
that
it's
is.
like
Do it, I mean,
it's like right like 2 blocks north and like 1 block west. Like you can't miss it. It says library on the outside, and then it says all are welcome who seek the pursuit of knowledge or something. I don't know. It's a really cool place. You would love it. You guys should
Man.
probably just go there and check it out.
Justin, the way you're handling this flirting, your wife is a very lucky lady.
So before I leave, I kind of like turn to Penny, and I kind of like do one of these like little like brush her little hair, like kind of like out of like, you know, like her like a kind of like one of those, and I go, just between us, you know, is there anything else I should know? Anything else I should know about that kangaroo?
Like, are you asking like if I fucked him? Because I didn't.
No. I'm just saying if like
He's asking for my
if
daughter.
one was trying to capture him, I think I should know.
I don't know, man. Like, I see that you also have like a magical guitar and like
Yeah.
a cat caveman person and like
Yeah.
whatever that like
That's right.
zombie dwarf is. Like, just go cap. Are you really an adventurer?
I mean,
And then you hear the voice in your head. You hear like, "You're fucking blowing it, dude. You're fucking blowing it. What are you doing?"
and I say, well, you got me. I'm actually a certified lover.
All right, make a
Deception
sufficiently
check.
high perception check.
A perception check?
Yeah,
Or no, wait, a deception or perception?
or deception.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a bold lie.
Come on, something good. Yes, that's
Oh
pretty
my
good.
God. 31 passes the check.
Yes.
And she says, Wow. And then immediately Broxgar like cuts in between you, like as you're like very close, and goes, "Where did you receive such a certification?"
say, and I say, have you ever heard of the Tiger King Zhao?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Well, he has to bestow upon you that honor. Let's just say it involves a room and some like poppers, and it's a very spiritual experience.
And then Broxgar just looks and goes, he's nodding yes and goes, "I do not understand." And then he kind of like turns back and he's like, "More ale," and he just kind of like stomps off to get ale. Okay, where are you going? You heading to the library?
Yeah, we're in the library.
Okay, great. So
now, I tell everybody, like, I don't know if they ever heard that we're looking for a kangaroo person, but now everyone knows that.
I'm not going to the library. I have nothing to do in the library. I'm going to look around town for a kangaroo person with Dismas.
There's so much you could scratch in the library.
I know, you're right, though.
You can knock all the books off the shelves.
Yeah, I feel like it's like cats love a library.
All right, so and now like the party has kind of like dispersed and people are sort of like milling about the streets. And as you guys are walking in front of the library, everybody make a perception check.
Perception.
Okay. Gorgo 15, Thover 23, Dismas 19, Ezekiel 16, Torment. Torment sleeping. So he's gonna hate that he missed this part. So as you're getting very close to the library, everybody who rolled above a 16 or higher, which is everyone but Cassian, you all see a kangaroo folk like walking like in the same direction as you, like near the entrance to the library.
I like look over at Dismas and give him like the nod, like you're up.
Okay.
Is your bag right now?
I say
Cracker, the hunt is on.
Yes, the hunt is on. Let's corner this one. Perhaps we should stalk him for a day or two before making our move. But
and then Ezekiel, you hear in your head, did he just say a day or two? Dude, we have to get back and get our cart. This is supposed to be a one-day job.
Yeah. And like I talk back to the sword like that, right? I say, I go, well, I do agree we need to follow and gather as much information. I don't think we have more than a day to do all of it. We're gonna have to, speed it all up, cram it all up into a, 12-hour time frame at most.
Okay, fine. If we must be rushed, we'll need some supplies. In the meantime, I'll track this beast to his lair.
Okay, cool. So now, the kangaroo person is walking in the same direction as we are going to the library.
Yeah, and then he kind of like stops.
Is he behind us or in front of us?
What?
Behind us or in front of us, or like this in front of me? Okay. Okay, so he's in front of us. So obviously, we're kind of trailing him, but not making it look as, what should we, like a stealth roll?
Yeah, make a stealth check. That's what I was about to say.
Okay.
Dismas, be careful. You never know what he keeps in his pouch.
Wise.
Shame. If I was the type of DM to give inspiration, you would get inspiration. All right, let's see those stealth checks.
Everybody, let's do it.
Everybody. So Ezekiel 20, Cassian 11, Dismas 24.
Oof.
Gorgo.
What
Is
else?
that your disadvantage?
Oh, I do have to roll with disadvantage.
I have symbols and I'm just crashing
Over
down the street.
Over a 5.
That's the stealthiest in groups. Okay, that's a good one.
Over a 5. Gorgo is a 13. So all of a sudden, for some reason, the butcher, he looks back and he doesn't notice Ezekiel or Cassian or Dismas. But then he sees like this cat person and like this little like dwarf that neither one of them are dressed for the weather. Like the dwarf is in like a kilt and like a tank top, and like the cat person is like, and he just looks and he's like, and he knows people are looking for him. So he's just like, fuck this. And he turns on his heel and runs straight into the library.
I yell, stop or my mom will shoot.
Well, you can do that, but he runs straight into the library. Do you follow him?
Oh yeah, I'm already in the library.
And this is what I mean when I say somebody's going to be very upset.
He's been waiting for this moment. Oh my god, here we are.
Okay, you find yourself in the library. The library is empty. There are no employees here, but it's a public building, so the building was open. But there are no employees. And like from where you're standing, you can see a large ornate rug, and you can see like a large reception desk with like 3 chairs behind it, and you can just see like stacks and stacks of books.
Do we see the culprit?
Yeah, like
No,
how far
you
is
do not
he?
see the culprit. He has run in here and he is gone.
Somebody
could he
guard
have?
this door?
Yeah, like how far ahead of us was he when he entered? Like,
I don't know, 25 feet.
Okay,
So he's got to be close.
He's got to be close then, but we don't see a sign of him.
You don't see any sign of him.
All right, I say spread out. And
I mean, you can like look for clues and like investigate shit.
Well, I think this is still a chase. This isn't an investigation. This is a fucking chase. Spread out.
Well, can we see any like tracks? Because I feel like if it was snow and there's snow on the ground and we just walked into a building, there'd probably be
make
snow
an
on the
investigation
ground.
check.
That's fair.
That's a good call.
Anyone else want to do that? Because I have really bad initiatives.
But you got to be quick because this guy's getting away from you.
All right, so I'm doing an investigation check. Hurry up.
I mean, everybody ran in.
Okay,
and
so great. So
There we
24, Dismas. With a 24, you see like snowy footprints that go across this rug, like 1 foot onto the reception desk and like leapt like northward on the map.
All right, I charge forward.
Gorgo climbs onto the bookshelf.
I
follow. You climb onto the bookshelf, and Goro, from your vantage point, you can see a flight of steps that goes down, like a double flight of steps, like right to the north where everybody's investigating.
I start making my way that way.
Okay, now what you should be able to do is if you click on that little staircase, it should take you down the stairs.
Dope.
Oh, cool. Oh, hell yeah.
Oops, did I go upstairs? Why is no one
No,
else
you're
here?
in the right place. You're downstairs.
Oh,
I put this map together in about 45 minutes, so I'm sorry.
Sweet.
It's good.
Works.
Okay, so on this, so now you're in like 1 level down in the library, and you see like it's like a study area. There's like some tables, but then you can also see like stacks of books like pretty much everywhere. It's a library.
Table to table.
I got stuck on the stairs.
Yeah, I'm looking for overturned chairs.
Use your arrow keys.
Okay, make an investigation check, Dismas.
I can't pick on my gun.
Yeah, just use your arrow keys, Justin. He'll move.
I'm climbing on top of this bookshelf, pulling books out underneath me.
I had the same problem.
Okay, Dismas, you examine the pattern of like knocked over furniture, and you can tell that like that the person went eastward in this room, like to the right of the map.
Like
eastward? Okay.
Like this way.
All right, this way.
I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way intentionally, looking for things.
All right, this way. We need to capture this man. Sensing that he's close, I'm going to once again slow my pace and stealth around the corners.
Okay. Cassian, what are you doing while he's doing that?
Behind him.
Ooh, 28 stealth check. You are moving so silently. Cassian, you're also moving pretty silently. Ezekiel, not as silently, but definitely slowly.
Wonderful.
I point down one of the aisles, like before me, indicating someone should go down like a different aisle.
Well, I'm over on this other side, checking this whole other side of the room.
I'm apparently pulling books out and making a ton of clatter as I move around.
I went down the first section. Oh, everyone else went down this way. Shane went this way too.
Okay, Thilver, you come around where you are and you see an open door.
Ooh. Is it like still kind of in motion?
No, but it's open. It is not
Okay.
closed.
Okay. I'll just yell out as loud as I can. For everybody to run over to here.
Okay, and then in front of you, you see through that open door, you see a staircase, which also should have like a clickable that should teleport you, I hope.
Yeah.
The door open here.
Oh.
Oh. All right.
Laboratory.
Something crazy's happening to my map.
Everybody's moving at once.
Is this not what it's supposed to happen?
No, this is perfect. So now you find yourself in like a basement, like you're no longer on like a carpeted floor. You are in like a room and there's like bookshelves in the middle. There's an alchemy lab down here and there's like a bunch of like offices. Did anyone like what is your passive perception?
Passive perception is
I close the door and I stand in front of it.
16.
Okay, so with a 16 passive perception, you notice that the door upstairs had a lock on it that was just like busted off.
Okay, so we're okay. Good. So we know we're on the right path. He's down here somewhere. Be on your guard.
Flush him out. Bring him to me. I'll take him.
Okay, and I'm just gonna torment along for the ride, and he's just like can't get over how many books are in this book.
He knocked
And one
himself
thing that
out.
he would notice, because I'm sure he would be like looking at the books, is that like these like the books upstairs were more like scientific and like fiction. These books down here are more like magical in nature.
Dark arts.
Oh, he'll love that later tomorrow.
Yeah, when he listens back to the episode, he'll love that.
Rob, I love you, buddy. Good
So
night.
is this like a laboratory of sorts? Like, what are these like? Are these like beakers and Bunsen burners?
Yeah, so that's just like represents like an alchemy lab. There's like beakers and like all sorts of the things that you would need to like make potions on this like big desk.
Oh, wonderful.
Quit fucking around with those. Let's find this guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
flush him out to this door here.
All right.
Flush him out. I'll be sitting here waiting.
There's a lot of doors.
I glance at this door and see if it's been bashed open.
It has not been bashed open.
Okay, continue. Glance at this door.
It has not been bashed open.
Okay. I'm just running down this hallway. Oh my god, this is a
Okay,
big basement.
no door that you've passed is bashed open. This one not bashed open.
Okay, here we go. Last one.
This one is not bashed open.
Oh, there's an open door at the end of the hall. Okay.
Jesus, this thing's huge.
The library, Shane, in a city.
The library.
Okay. I make some hand gestures. And then I go around the corner.
Okay. And as you enter this room, you see like a smashed, like what looks like a bunch of broken furniture. Like this office, like you didn't look in the other offices, but this office looks like a place where they just kind of pile up like old broken furniture.
Damn it.
And there's no sign of a person in here. Well, you haven't really investigated anything, so like, but you don't see a person. You just see a bunch of old, broken furniture.
All right. Time is of the essence. I yell down the hallway, Gorgo, guard the stairs up. We don't want him slipping around us.
I went in the other door. Is it the same thing in all the doors?
Yeah, I'm staying back where I was.
Okay.
Right?
We need a guard at the door, yeah. This place is huge.
Yeah, Gorgo's a good one because he's a big
Yeah,
guard.
he can block that whole door.
Right.
Okay, so you guys start opening doors to offices, and you see that all of these offices are pretty mundane. Looks like maybe like a wizard keeps one, maybe like a sorcerer or a cleric. There's like different types of books and desks.
Is this guy hidden?
I investigate them to find any cool things or clues or anything else there.
Can anyone use telepathy to find him thinking?
That's not how it works. I have to like be able to like see them to be able
them.
to. Yeah.
I see.
Okay,
I
yeah, so
see
you
another
guys are
open door.
opening all these doors, and all of these offices every office looks the same as the one before, like literally the same, like except for that one that you looked at first.
Oh, me? Or who?
No, the one that had the open door.
The smash
okay.
things.
Maybe he's hidden in there.
Yeah, I know. Anything? I yell.
Another door over down here.
Nothing. They all look exactly the same.
All right,
Yeah.
I looked at every. Okay. Gorgo,
Yeah.
did you let him pass you?
No. Now.
Over, what are you doing?
I just start like bashing the furniture and like.
Oh,
Trying to, like-
great. Make an investigation check.
I keep forgetting that I can do it right. Investigation, you said.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, nice.
Good. With a 19 plus 0, you find hidden under the rubble, you find like a ladder that goes down like through like a crudely cut hole in the floor. Now, I will say,
Nice.
it is very evident to you that this guy running away from you did not cut a hole in the floor in the
Right.
time that he's been running away from you.
This is a path. This is a thing that.
He's known about this.
Yes.
Or maybe he's just scared. So feel free to click on that to follow the path.
All right, Gorgo, come this way.
Yeah.
Come with you?
Come. Gorgo, come.
I don't know where you guys are.
All the way down.
All the way to the
Follow my voice.
left. Oh.
Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty,
Don't
kitty.
click on that, Jess.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
Does it sound like we're stepping on fortune cookies?
Wait, are you really meowing or are you guys being stealthy?
I'm meowing.
No.
I was looking for them.
Okay.
I'm
And
being
when you
stealthy.
meow, so Dismas, pay attention. Like when you meow, it kind of like echoes. So now you're no longer in like a room or a building. Now you're in like a serious like cave tunnel. And when Gorgo meows, it like echoes and like rattles through the chamber.
Shh.
Fuck you, kitty.
Fuck you, kitty.
I'll be quiet. I'm sorry.
So I still have, I guess I don't have my stealth anymore, right?
No, and you also have not used pass without trace or anything.
That's all right. I think our cover is blown. We just want to catch him
Yeah,
before
we just want to catch him.
catch
Yeah.
him before he can escape. Let's move.
Wrong.
Okay. So as you round this corner and Cassie, so Cassie, you're working off of a 24 stealth roll. So
Uh-huh.
as you round this corner, you see kind of like a fork in the road, and you can ever so slightly see like a little glimmer of light coming from the left. And as you kind of like edge your way around the corner, you can see there's like people in hooded robes like in this part of the cavern, but like they haven't, with a 24 stealth roll, they haven't noticed you.
Okay.
They're kind of just
Then
like,
I turn back around and I like go.
Stop.
okay. And is that like that shushing? Is that like symbolic of you casting like pass without trace?
Well, I was just trying to get everybody to stop, and then I kind of like go like this. I'm looking at Dismas, and I'm like, should I hide us?
I draw my swords. There's no way this happens without a fight. Let's
Well,
just.
but then Dismas, you can hear like coming out of that room like chanting, and like these people are like in the midst of like, you discern very quickly these people are in the midst of a ritual and could potentially be snuck by. I mean, look,
Okay,
the boxer's not down here getting murdered by these people, right?
it's true.
Right. Okay, so I'll cast it.
Okay.
Okay, so that turns Gorgo's stealth roll into a 17.
Nice.
Everybody adds 10.
All right, so let's sneak by and let's see if you get seen.
So we all roll in stealth.
Are we rolling?
You already. I'm letting you keep your stealth that you have.
We're not fighting them?
Oh, gee, thanks.
I guess
Yeah,
not.
roll. A 14, so 24. Okay, that's pretty good.
Okay, so 17 is like the low man on the totem pole here.
All right, then I'm running up ahead now.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, now we can move faster too if we wanted to, because
Okay. So now you reach this fork in the road, and Dismas, your sort of like hunter sense takes over, and you can tell that like the butcher went this way. You can just kind of like sense it in the air that
Yeah.
they went.
I sense Fey, Fiend, Undead, and Kangaroo. That's my.
okay. Lead the way.
Something dark has happened here.
Kangaroo meat.
Oh no, I can't get through this hole. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Me neither.
Ezekiel, you coming or what?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we found the boxing pit.
Oh yeah.
Well, so as you all enter the room, you see this red splatter pattern in the middle of the floor. You have not come across the boxer yet. And then in the corner, Cassian, you see the boxer. But all of a sudden, right as you like lock eyes with him, and you can see he's got his dukes up. All of a sudden, behind Thilver, boom, like this big, heavy, like steel door closes behind you, and then you hear this voice. You hear this voice say, "We weren't expecting guests."
Damn it, Gorgo! What did you do?
And Goro
And
banging his
then you
chest.
hear this voice go, "Where is the imp?" And then you hear this other voice go, "Oh no, I think he's sleeping." And then you hear this other voice go, "Wake him up."
Where are the voices coming from?
All around you, you really don't know.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden you hear this mechanical like clink, 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 clink above you, and Gorgo, right over your head, this like
Oh God!
steel cage is like falling down like, and then like it makes a little bit of dust on the ground, and you're all here, and like the butcher's in the room with you. Then all of a sudden, like the dust settles a little bit, and out of this cage, like the sides kind of like flap down to the ground, like clank, 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 clank. And as the dust settles, you see this little figure, maybe like 1.5 or 2 feet tall, standing on 2 legs with 2 clawed hands, and like these long pointed ears, and like these like greenish, almost reddish green, greenish red, like monstrous eyes, and like this very like gaping maw of a mouth, and just kind of looks at you like,
Mom?
Damn it, Gorgo.
Okay. I charge at the butcher with my finger, my sword drawn, and I say, "Have you led us into a trap, fool? Explain yourself."
And then the butcher goes, "Hey man, I don't know anything about this place. I'm just running away from you. Why are you chasing me?"
Well,
I go, I don't know. Why are you running?
yeah, why are you running? I thought we were just racing.
Yeah.
Well,
Earlier
I
than
mean,
that,
there's people looking for me. And then you see the butcher, even though he's talking to you, he stops looking at you and he's looking past you, Dismas, and like his jaw starts to drop a little bit. And then you peek over your shoulder, and behind you, like this little tiny imp that was like in the middle of the room. All of a sudden, you hear like, yeah, and like starts like convulsing and contorting and like growing, and like these spikes like come out of its back, and it like stands up, and now it's about as big as Gorgo, and then it's like, yeah, and then it's like twice as big as Gorgo, and now standing in the room, in the middle of the room, is this like 12, 15 foot tall, like monstrous demon creature with like eyes like all over its body, and like these long black claws, and towering over everybody.
Question.
And immediately looks at you, Dismas, and starts charging at you.
Is it?
And that's where we're going to end the session.
Oh, all right. Question though.
Use
Before,
fire on it. Use fire.
is there like the cage? Is it like hanging above it still though?
No, so it was a small cage. It hit the ground. It didn't like imagine it didn't have a top. So it hit the ground and then the four sides just went like
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to think of some, Return of the Jedi shit here and there, but okay.
Nope. So that is where we're going to end the session for tonight.
It was a great one. I had a great time. I
Well,
almost
hey,
had sex.
thanks everybody for tuning in.
You almost had sex.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you enjoyed tonight's session, once again, this is Wizon Break, Descent into Darkness. I am your Dungeon Master, Dan. If you did not like this session, my name is Matt Mercer, and this has been Critical Role. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.